You like, tonight I'm gonna make love to myself. Do you always need to be part of a group? Do you always need to somehow, some way belong to a group? You always need to be clicked up with somebody? Always running with your posse? Can never be alone? Being alone makes you uncomfortable? Ask yourself. If you alone, you always gotta be scrolling up and down Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You one of those people? You can never just like sit alone and be comfortable with your own thoughts. Turn off the music. Have you ever asked yourself why? One of my spiritual teachers, Sadhguru, talks about this and about how usually people who don't like to be alone, it's because they feel insufficient, right? So they always have to surround themselves with a group of people. I've known people like this, and I always thought, why is it that they're always with a posse? Like they're always with a posse. Like they're literally like a pack of hyenas. Like they always running in a pack. You catch them one-on-one, they don't have anything to say to you. When they got their group, hey, they wanna have interventions. They want a confrontation. Oh, they big and bad with their group, but they can never just like be adult and just call you and address things just one-on-one, adult to adult. They always got to wait to get the group together first before they have a conversation with you. You all know people like that? Are you one of those people? Why is that? I remember when I was younger, I would always tell people, even then, like in my 20s, I would always say, as I'm thinking about it, this went back as far as when I was a kid. I'm talking 6, 7, 8. This went this far back that I remember thinking, I like my company. I told you guys I used to climb trees. That was one of the main reasons that I enjoy nature, and I love the thrill of like climbing up a tree. But most of all, I enjoyed that when I did get to the top of the tree and I was like covered by the leaves, I remember thinking, this is so peaceful. I could sit up in those trees for hours just thinking. I'm talking about 6, 7, 8. That's how early this started. I could sit up in that tree. I would think, and I remember just thinking about life. I would think how beautiful it was up there, how beautiful the trees were. I remember thinking, wow, you can just see so much from up here. Kind of feel like flying. I remember I used to wonder, why are kids playing with toys? I remember thinking this. Why are kids playing with toys? I remember my parents and family would say, Why don't you play with baby dolls? Why you gotta be such a tomboy? Stay out of those trees. And I would look at them like, I don't want to play with baby dolls. I don't want to be cooped up in a room playing with some plastic baby dolls. When there's all this life out here going on. I loved my company. As I got older, when I was in high school even, very small circle. Very small circle. I don't need to be in all your groups. No. People asking me, you want to be in this group, even in high school? I know. I like my company. I don't like hearing all this chitter chatter. What are y'all talking about anyway? Even then, I thought it was irrelevant. Even then, in high school, I was like, everybody just chat. Like they just wanted to hear themselves talk. I'm like, I like my own company. I like to be by myself. Don't get me wrong. I love interacting with people. I love going out and conversing with people. I love going out and having a good time. But the majority of my day, I like my alone time. Anybody can tell you that. Anybody who knows me can tell you she loves her alone time. That's when I can create. I can't create if you that's the topic. I can't think about my dreams. I can't go up in that mental tree and daydream about what I want to do, what I want to achieve, what I want to manifest. I can't do that if I'm always around people talking with all their ideas or complaining or gossiping about somebody else. How can I create with me always being around people? I remember thinking that about people, you know, even in my 20s, I would just think like, wow, this is kind of unusual. A lot of people that I was interacting with, I was like, they just always have to be around people. Like if they're not in an actual physical group amongst people in person, they are all chitter chatting on a Facebook group. They gotta check out and see what everybody and the next person doing in the group. Well, girl, did you know blah 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 and blah blah? Just a busybody. Why? Why do you care? That's how you know people are not, when they just kind of always have to be around someone, that's how you know they're not living up to their best potential. You could be finding a new cooking recipe and trying out a new recipe that you always wanted to cook. You could be out in your garden. I remember thinking to myself, after I get through with work, when I was working a 9 to 5, I remember thinking to myself, when I get off work, I couldn't wait to get in my car and be alone. I couldn't wait to get in my car and just silence, please. Silence. Until I realized a lot of people are not like that. Soon as they get to work, they just chatting with the next girl in the cubicle, the next guy in the cubicle. They, oh God, just talking. Soon as they go to lunch, they gotta eat lunch with a group of people every day. They gotta eat lunch with a group of people. Soon as they get off work, they all the way home. Then they get home, then I guess they got their family. They just talk. How do you have time to create if you always around somebody? I have no problem telling people, you know, I need to go in my office. You know, I need to go meditate. I block off times between this time and this time. Please try not to interrupt me. This is my me time. You have to set boundaries. This is my me time. Because people who can't be alone, they will just, you know, come at you all the time. They always have to be entertained by somebody. That's because they feel insufficient inside, you guys. That's because they don't like their own company. They don't like themselves. I know, but it's the truth. They don't like being with just themselves. So they feel the need to always have these people inserted and placed in their environment via on the internet or via it in person. They always have to have somebody placed in, because to get in a quiet place and just be alone, it's kind of torturous for them. Learn how to be alone. Learn how to love yourself. Learn how to get to a point where it doesn't matter if everybody was gone. You would still be happy. It doesn't matter if you were single. It doesn't matter if you come home alone all the time. You so happy with yourself. You like, tonight I'm gonna make love to myself. Tonight I'm gonna light some candles and have my favorite beverage. I'm getting a bubble bath and pamper myself. Tonight I'm gonna watch my favorite movie. I'm gonna do all the things that make me happy. I don't need anybody around me, right? Tonight I'm gonna read my favorite book and be alone, and I'm going to enjoy it. When you no longer have to depend on someone else's presence, when you no longer have to depend on being with somebody all the time, you guys, this is a beautiful place to be in. This is a beautiful place to be in. Because you're just always happy. You know why? Because you love yourself. You love being with yourself. You love your own company. You have grown to just love and appreciate your me time because you know that it's in your silent, quiet me time. That's where you get your greatest ideas. That's where you start asking those good questions like, what do you want? What does make you happy? Do you enjoy being single? Yeah. Do you want a husband? Yeah. You ask yourself all those questions. Do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Do I want to travel? Yeah. Like that's the time when you get to have those inner conversations. You can't have those kind of conversations when you always got somebody around talking. And you talking to them. Always, all the time, you guys. Learn how to be alone. I'm not saying not be around people at all. I'm saying learn how to block off time every day. Whether it's in your home, whether it's in your bathroom, whether it's in the bathtub, whether it's in your car. Refrain from calling people. Just try to be by yourself with your own thoughts. Learn how to love your own company. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.